This demo is for the basic of the Salesforce, right? Today we will basically learn what Salesforce is all about. Then after we will move further to go ahead in Salesforce. First of all, what is Salesforce? Uh, Salesforce. What is Salesforce? It's very known terminology now these days because it's in a high demand. So Salesforce basically is a cloud-based. First of all, what is Salesforce.com? Salesforce.com is a cloud-based company which provides cloud-based software applications. What is Salesforce? What Salesforce.com provides? They basically deals in CRM and collaboration application that you access over the internet. But first of all, we should know what is cloud-based application. So, cloud-based application means the services which are over the internet, such as uh, uh, you also name it as a software as services. What was earlier? Earlier we used to install the computer softwares in our computer, and then we have to update it manually. Then we have to purchase that, but now these days we don't have to purchase it. We all the softwares are online. We have to pay what we use. So we use overall, Salesforce is basically a cloud-based company. We provide cloud-based applications where you can build your own application over the force.com infrastructure. So cloud-based basically is categorized in three parts. Cloud-based. First is we can say what is cloud computing. So cloud computing is all about applications which are over the cloud. So earlier I have told you that we used to install the softwares over the PC manually, and then we have to purchase. Then we have to purchase that and update it. Now these days the applications are over the cloud. We don't have to purchase that. We can access over the internet browser. Here in this slide, it is showing that cloud-based is divided into three parts. One is software as a services, another one is platform as a services, and another one is infrastructure as a services. So, what is software as a services? Software as a services are basically softwares which are built on cloud. For example, we we use Salesforce. We are using Citrix GoToMeeting. It's a cloud-based application which we access over the browser, over the internet by using your ID and password. Basically, software as a services has replaced the traditional device softwares which we used to install over the PC, and then we have to use that. So, software as services are basically those software which are over the internet. You don't have to install it in your PC. You directly use it through your browser over the internet. Another one is platform as services. These softwares which are over the cloud has been built on a platform. So those platforms are known as those platform providers are platform as services. So basically, platform as services. What do you mean by platform as services? These are used for applications and other development while providing cloud component to software. With platform as services, basically developer gains a framework which they use to develop the application. Suppose, for example, you have to let's take an example of a Salesforce. It has been we use Salesforce to develop our own application. So for that we need a platform. So Salesforce.com provides us the platform over which we develop our own custom apps. What are the next one is infrastructure as services. What are infrastructure? So suppose take an example. You use Google Drive, in which Google Drive you store your data. So these data might have been stored somewhere on a server, Google server. So these servers, networks, all are provided by Google. So Google here is providing you the infrastructure. So the infrastructure provider are known as infrastructure as services. Basically, they are self-service portal for accessing, monitoring, or you can say managing your data center, your networks, your network services. You, instead of having to purchase hardware, you can you use basically their services and pay what you use to them. So overall is Salesforce is a cloud. Salesforce.com is a company whose product is a Salesforce, which is a cloud-based tool. I have already explained what do you mean by cloud-based. So right now Salesforce deals in CRM. Basically, they are mainly into CRMs. CRM is customer relationship management. What do you mean by customer relationship management? It's simply, you can say, an application help you to take care of your current and future customer. Basically, suppose your CRM, with CRM, your sales, marketing, and customer services team interaction with the customer all are managed in one place. For example, you go to eat a pizza to a Pizza Hut. You tell them to your name, and they maintain a record for you. Next time, you get updates over the messages as well. And next time when you go to the that Pizza Hut, you tell your mobile number. They simply say hi XYZ. So they maintain their your records over that. So this is basically a part of a sales CRM. Why they maintain their record? They maintain their record to develop data so that they can analyze over that data and provide you the best deal over there. So the CRM is basically an app where you put your all data at a one place, which makes better business decision, because you always have accurate and up-to-date customer information or customer data. It's a place where your all customer data is repository. Hello. We say a cloud-based application. You basically pay what you use, like electricity. Whatever you use, you pay for that only. So the cloud-based application, in cloud-based application, we basically pay what we use. We don't have to worry about anything. All the securities are catered by this service provider. All the networking, server load, all are maintained by them only. I have already covered what is cloud computing. Now are on a high, moving from a device software to a cloud-based software these days, because they are easy to maintain, easy to update, and you can say more flexible than traditional devices. I have already covered this as well. What are infrastructure as a services, platform as a services, and software as a services. This part is, let's move on to what Salesforce provide. Salesforce broadly divided into many categories. They go into sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud, data cloud. We will be covering this all this in detail. Right now, you should have a knowledge what is sales cloud, what is service cloud, and what is marketing cloud, all those things. Sales cloud basically used to handle all the sales process uh, of the day-to-day life. Suppose you want to sell your something. Uh, Suppose you are a person, you have developed a software, you want to sell that software. You organize a campaign to so that you can meet the person, you can so which who can whoever can purchase your software. So in that prospect, you are creating campaign over that. You want to find a person who can purchase your software. Those persons are terminalized in Salesforce as leads. Leads are basically those person who can be a part of your business, who can be your customer. So they are similar. There are so many terminologies used in Sales Cloud, such as lead, account, contact. All these we will go through in detail. Similarly, Service Cloud basically deals with services, where you provide services to your client. For example, you purchase something, you got a complaint over that, and you raise a case for that. All those things are maintained in Service Clouds. Marketing Cloud, in Marketing Cloud, you basically campaign your you basically maintain all the data regarding your campaigning part. You want to marketing, you want to do marketing of your product, so that more people get familiar to that. All those are in Marketing Cloud. Data Cloud. In Data Cloud, it's a basically a repository. You put your data over that cloud app. You build app, and you can sell that app on an app exchange, which are Salesforce app exchange, where you can basically you build your app and you store it in an app exchange, so that other can purchase that over there. All those are the broadly categorized Salesforce app. In Salesforce, what is Salesforce? What is the basically technology behind the Salesforce? Salesforce is basically a multi-tenant architecture. So, what is multi-tenant architecture? Multi-tenant architecture basically an application model in which all users and apps share a single common infrastructure. Suppose you are living in a society where all the flats, you have different flats of same size, same design. You all share same pattern of a flat, but after that you modify your flats according to your needs. So you are customizing that. We provided you a society with same architecture of flats, but you have modified it by according to your need. So you are customizing that. So multi-tenant architecture is basically a common infrastructure, single and common infrastructure, where have been provided by the Salesforce. Second, what technology behind Salesforce is metadata driven. You have so many metadata driven models over that, which you can use to write your logic. So there are workflows, triggers. We will go all in detail. What are workflows? What are triggers? All those things in detail. Right now, you should know that metadata driven means metadata. You simply know that data about data. So in Salesforce, you have every aspect of data, knowledge about data, what you are going to do and what all it's about, how to do that. There are API access as well. You can write your SOAP API, REST API, metadata API. Now these days, mobile API also introduced. use in Salesforce. We divide the two part. Divide Salesforce development in two part. One is front end, one is back end. So what do you mean by front end? Front end means the interface you look on over the screen. Back end means back end logic. So basically Salesforce is following MVC architecture. So we will cover this and these all about this MVC architecture in detail. But right now you should have a knowledge that what Salesforce front end and what is Salesforce back end. Salesforce front end. In Salesforce front end, we use to write logic for page interface. What you see. For that we use VisualForce. We write VisualForce pages where what is VisualForce? VisualForce page is are basically a tag-based language such as HTML, where you write your there are some tags provided by Salesforce. There are some tags provided by Salesforce which you use over there, and it simply based on that tags it show you the interface over the screen. But suppose you are developing a page, there should be some buttons to submit something, to call something. So to write the logic of button or whatever you do, whatever logic you want to do on your page, for that we use Apex code, which is a backend part, which is basically a class. So the Apex language is basically more similar to Java language, where we deal with classes, object, inheritance, all those things. So how they collaborate? They collaborate, but the front end is VisualForce page and the back end is Apex classes. Apex classes are normal, I told you, Java classes. Similar to Java classes, there are some different syntax, but similar to Java classes, we can say. So then we have front end for we have VisualForce for front end and Apex language, Apex code for back end. So whenever we click, suppose we click on button, so from front end we calling the logic of the class which is written over the class of the back end. So this is how they collaborate. We call the back end logic from the front end interface. So how they used to collaborate. For some updates, automatic updates, there are so many things in Salesforce, such as triggers. They are used to do some automatic updates. They are workflows. This name you want to do this, and you can write workflow for that. So there are so many automatic tasks provided by Salesforce to automate your tasks. So mainly things is divided. But we in Salesforce, we don't have to take care about the database, because database are handled by their attributes. So our tool will tell you it's a workbench tool which is used to get the what all about this table, what are their objects, what are their columns, all those things. We can check that later on. So when we in Salesforce we deal with objects. Objects are nothing; they are basically a table. We create multiple objects. Then we relate them through relationships. There are so many types of relationships in Salesforce. There are some standard objects provided by Salesforce, which are which are already built in Salesforce uh, by Salesforce. We use them also. We can develop our custom objects as well. All those things. So in Salesforce, whenever we create an application, first we have to create an application, then we have to go with the object, then we go with the fields, then we define the relation between the fields, and then all those things are simultaneously go on to create. Hello.